Former White House counsel Pat Cipollone has been subpoenaed by the Department of Justice's grand jury investigating the fake elector scheme and other events surrounding January 6th. Cipollone now becomes one of the highest-ranking officials from the Trump administration to receive a subpoena, and the subpoena comes after Cipollone sat last week with the January 6th Select Committee, testified behind closed doors for many, many hours, and he talked about a multitude of things. He talked about how members of the cabinet, could possibly have used the 25th Amendment. He talked about how he wanted Donald Trump to intervene and get the rioters to go home sooner. And of course, Donald Trump didn't listen to that. Of course, they didn't use the 25th Amendment, but he did cooperate with the January 6th committee. And now he's been subpoenaed by the DOJ's grand jury. And here is why this is significant. Because shortly after Cipollone had testified in front of the January 6th committee, it was announced later last week that the January 6th committee has finally agreed to start sharing depositions with the Department of Justice. I will say that's probably something that maybe should have happened, when the committee first started, but better late than never, I guess. So now the DOJ has their hands, or can get their hands, on all of the information that the January 6th committee has already gotten from these witnesses. So I do think it is very telling that Cipollone goes and testifies. Then the committee says, hey, DOJ, you can have all our stuff. The DOJ starts looking at it and then says, okay, wow, we're going to need to subpoena Pat Cipollone. Because here's the thing. Just because the DOJ can get their hands on these January 6th depositions doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to use those as part of their investigation. What it really is a roadmap. It lets them know who they need to talk to and quite possibly what specific avenues they need to go down when talking to these specific people, right? Consider the January 6th committee depositions like the preliminaries. We're just trying to weed out information. Do you know stuff? Do you not know stuff? Do you have explosive revelations? Or are you just a little too boring? You didn't know anything, whatever, move about your day. That saves the DOJ a lot of time, right? They can go through these other depositions now and see, okay, this individual here, there's nothing we need from them, obviously. This one, we wanted to talk about this, but then they said this other thing, so we definitely need to go that route. Maybe there's other people to subpoena. Talk to them about who else is involved. Maybe we have questions the committee didn't ask. There's all sorts of things the DOJ can do with this information. And honestly, I feel like that's what they're doing with Cipollone. They know he testified. They know the things he talked about. And now, based on that, they're saying, we're going to need you to come talk to us as part of our ongoing criminal investigation. So Cipollone must have told the January 6th committee something pretty good for the DOJ to look at that and say, okay, now it's our turn. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.